So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Modern football is full of power, pace and physicality, but there's a player out there who's managed to avoid the helter-skelter and play a game of purity.
The peerless Pirlo.
Yeah, he coined the phrase regista, and he rules.
And here's Mbappe. Bellingham. He's having a shot! They want to be... Oh, he's been caught napping! And the shot!
Barcelona definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Distributed tidily. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Aubameyang. Aimed beyond the defence. And Aubameyang! Still goalless at the moment. And the pass is intercepted. Van Dijk. Now the ball's gone astray. Looking for options for movement. He's found a way through. And that has been knocked clear. Here's Chouameni. Son Heung-min. Aubameyang. Over to the right flank. Well, that's not getting through. Now it's Aubameyang. Now it's Messi. Great vision. Oh, super find. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Rodri gets across to intercept that. Hakimi. And he skips past his man. Dembele. Chiellini produces the perfect tackle there. Hakimi plays it in, and the keeper beats it away. Messi. Now it's Aubameyang. Aero kept aware, and it is easily. And he was quick to react. Oh, can he get onto this? Can he latch onto this? And it's been given away. The ball swung. Oh, great leap! And that signals the end of the first period. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So neither side yet off the mark.
After all that probing and testing the waters, here's hoping for a more open second half.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break.
Substitution for Barcelona, Olise, number 17.
So the action resumes.
Dembele.
So the first half brought no goals.
Number 19, Yamal.
Oh, nicely intercepted.
Number 30, Messi.
It's gone out for a throw-in. Pirlo. And it's Azar. Pass somewhat off target. Played through into space. It's a pretty loose pass. That is ended up in no man's land. And here's Mbappe. That's a nicely shaped ball. Well, that has not gone well. Cleared without hesitation. That could spell trouble. It's run loose here. Deftly away. Chiellini is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Aubameyang being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Mbappe, he is through here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Back where it came from. Hazard! It's in! And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Number 19.
France have penetrated for the first time.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Zanetti. Now that looks a decent ball. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Now it's Aubameyang. And he's intervened well there. Just a quarter of an hour to play. And that has been cut short. Space for him to turn and look. Delivery from Mbappe. And that's the keeper's ball.
Barcelona really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
And he's cut it out. And he's there to belt it away. France leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. Barcelona can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern. France nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
Not the most accurate pass.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Romero pokes it out wide. Well, that pass isn't the best. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. France have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the tightest of... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So off we go then. It's us or them. Always has been, always will be. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
And here's Son Heung-min, looking for options. It's Son Heung-min! Now, can they get him away? And he's chosen to go back.
Really got in his face there.
And a shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And he's managed to gift it back. And he shoots! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Messi is offering a wry smile there.
Hakimi knocks it into space. Real chance here. Can he finish? Goal! Spain! And it's Spain who take the lead. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Spain are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
That's really well cleared. Tries one from range. That was superb goalkeeping.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corner number 2 then.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
France have the chance to go the other way. Aubameyang. Aubameyang! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. And yes, it's there! That is remarkable. All square in a matter of moments.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them. And Aubameyang! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
He's a lucky boy there. You lose the ball like that, and usually you're going to get punished.
And it's Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. No, that's been intercepted. Rodri. And he's picked out the run. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Spain clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Goes for a shot! Goal, France! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. That was a given. It always was.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Number 17.
France with the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone
Son Heung-min! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Spain are looking to go forward now. Oh, and the shot! Aubameyang! Brilliant! That is a gem! An absolute gem! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
There will be 3 minutes at a time.
So the lead now is 2.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Aubameyang, and he cuts out the supply. And that brings the first half to a close.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Well, it has been confrontational, combative, competitive. And Messi! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Totti. And this is Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Rodri. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Zanetti, just like so many of his Son Heung-min! And again, he is at his elastic best. Zanetti. Rodri. Great vision. Good take. Oh, shooting chance! Yes! Pomp, panache, and passion. This, a man full of it all. A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be...
Shoots! And here's Shevchenko. Zanetti. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Totti. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Nicely weighted ball. Schmeichel breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And he's quick to snatch it back. Zanetti. And it's Son Heung-min. And the through ball. That's the keeper's ball. Hakimi. Well, they've got it again. Zanetti. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Rodri. And this is Shevchenko. And Czech pulls off a sensational save. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And that will be it. France have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So that's got things underway. Norway have chosen to go 4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Yeah, Peter, you can look at this formation 1 minute and think that it is 4-3-3, and the next time you check, it'll be 4-5-1, and it's all to do with whether you've got the ball or not, and the wider attacking players being asked to apply defensive discipline too. When it does turn to a 5 across midfield, then the shape of this team takes on a much tidier, compact defensive look.
Now this could be a chance. It's Son Heung-min! Owen was only too happy to help out in defence.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Aubameyang! Oh, split-second reaction.
Aubameyang is offering a wry smile there.
France with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Norway have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Owen. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Neither side yet able to find the net. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Aubameyang shapes to shoot. Tremendous from Son Heung-min. That is a gem, an absolute gem. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
You felt it was coming. 1-0.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
That's a foul, no two ways about it. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. That pass isn't the best. Mateus. Great vision. Xavi. And the shot's on here. And he's heaved it away. They get a throw in. Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
France really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Messi is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
De Paul is always looking to break lines. Good ball, good take. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Owen, Mateus is onto this,
1 minute at a time.
and they've got rid. Norway have reclaimed it. That's the end of the first 45. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. France up by one goal at the halfway point.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps, that's not too much to ask.
France are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. France currently ahead by the smallest of margins. De Paul, and he's had it nicked away. And he cuts out the supply. Zanetti. And it's Rodrigo De Paul. He's a sharp little ball here. Dealt with nicely by the defence.
Norway really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back.
And the shot! And needless to say, that deserved better.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Raya claims comfortably. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Mateus. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend this.
Aubameyang being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game.
And a chance! Oh, he's got that all wrong, and it's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game.
Substitutions taking place.
Norway with a chance to get level. A formality, we're level. Not much more than a formality.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
Norway restore parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome...
It's roll! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Raul has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
And it's Albert Ferrer. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. That is ended up in no man's land. Now that looks a decent... Romario! Goal, Norway! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward!
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Norway leading now.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. He is through here. And that's been intercepted.
He read that reach.
Chance! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Rijkaard. Not much subtlety about that challenge. And that is as far as it goes. France can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, we're on the way. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
If you're looking for options, Peter, then you're looking at Darwin Núñez, because he offers loads. A real physical presence who's always going to offer you an outball. But I think what's impressed many people in recent times about him is the pace he can actually bring to get in behind opposition defences. And that doesn't mean he'll actually hold his position centrally. He loves to go and drift to either flank, and he can ease...
He's had a shot! Goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
The Netherlands really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
So, a breakthrough already. Oh, can he finish? And he's stuck it away. They are purring, truly purring. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
France are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Son Heung-min tries to play it through. Nemecha gets over and intercepts. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Garcia sends that a long way. Now it's Darwin. Now it's Dembele. Haaland engages and forces him off the ball. Nemecha really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
That's been slipped through. He's found the way through. Son Heung-min! Fantastic from Son Heung-min! A finish of true class! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! What a delicious goal, stroked in like a maestro.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
A case now of complete control. Zanetti. And it's Makalele, looking to pass their way up the pitch. It's a sharp pass. Oh, it's Dembele. Plays a sharp little ball here. And that's another good win of the ball. France heading towards the half-time break. The win very much in their sails. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
France clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Stones makes the interception. Pedri.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they'll want to keep things that way.
France marching seemingly on towards victory, 3-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Has a look and place it forward. Now that looks a decent ball. And this is Ronaldinho. It's Ronaldinho! Makalele. Cruyff, the specialist in tearing teams apart. Now it's Messi. And this is Son Heung-min. And he's in on goal. Messi! It's loose and there's... Oh, he's been caught on it here. And it's come back out to him. Well, now it's a race. Oh, he's having a go! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. That's good play. And he's... And a chance! And the keeper has shown real class. He had to be at his very best.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
That has not gone well. 60 minutes played. Aubameyang receives it in a good position here. Nemecha
are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Lovely pass, but can he... Tries a shot! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And look at his joy. Is this not why we love the game? They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Substitution.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Thuram. Spread neatly.
Substitution in progress.
Ronaldinho. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Thuram spots it and intercepts. Now it's Son Heung-min. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Substitution for France. Number 10, Messi. Coming on the field is number 20.
Now there's a fine ball. And Cruyff! They want to be quick to recover this. And here's Cruyff. And it's Rijkaard. Batistuta. Looking for the run. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Thuram. De Ligt. Makalele. Great vision. He's on it. Can he get away? Just the keeper in his way. And it's been hooked away.
Substitutions taking place.
The message is clear, none shall pass. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Takes a shot! And that's a tidy finish. And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
He's got 4. That is remarkable. France are having a ball here. There's a no-nonsense tackle. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered through. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So we're very much on the way now.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of...
Applies the finish! Oh, this is a chance to shoot! It's in!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Terrific goal, what a super sharp finish.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part.
Big chance! Oh, the ball, that's another chance! I think that's offside, yes it is.
France definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
Zanetti.
That was lovely, that.
He is through here. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Bangladesh with the corner, there first. Thuram gets it away. France are looking to go forward now. And he's intervened well there. Oh, it's come loose. And it's Son Heung-min! It's a goal! And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. And
Aubameyang! Goal, France! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
well, at one stage he was being body-checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
France have their lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
And there's green grass ahead of it. It's Drogba! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And this is Shevchenko. The ball has bounced loose now. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Zanetti gets into a good position. Shevchenko showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Drogba. Now this could be a chance. That's really well cleared. And he's only too happy to take that back. Rijkaard. Azar, the magician-in-chief, his feet twinkling. And here's Aubameyang. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Messi. Header! Good stop. And the ball's come loose here. And that signals the end of the first period. France have done it in good style. Forced to come from behind, they find themselves in front at half-time, which is, for them, more or less ideal. So there was the first half.
Well, I've been left almost breathless here, Peter. This is frantic stuff. 45 minutes just seem to fly by. Here's hoping both teams can maintain this level.
France are leading, but it is still delicately poised. It's 2-1. The second period is on the way. France different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
That ball looks a good one. Van Nistelrooy!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Kimmich is always scanning the pitch for targets. Zanetti. Pass somewhat off target. Right, Shevchenko. Oh, cracking ball. And the shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
It's their second corner of the game. That has been knocked clear. Tries from a long way out. That was superb goalkeeping.
Adams clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 3 coming up. They've played it short. It's a good-looking delivery.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Good read, needed to be. That's put paid to the danger. And it's Shevchenko. Shevchenko! And that's a good finish. Again, we are level. What a contest!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
He hit that like he meant it. Absolutely speared it in.
Well, he's absolutely drilled that, Peter. When you hit it like that, the keeper's not going to be able to do much about it.
Bangladesh dragged themselves back again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Cleared without hesitation. Messi looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Bangladesh couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Makaleli. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Drogba. France perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. And it's Rijkaard.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
And here's Haaland. Son Heung-min. So what can they make of this? Looking for options for movement. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's good vision. Zanetti. Now that looks a decent ball. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Makaleli. Now he's got space here. Not the most accurate pass.
Has been indicated.
4 extra minutes added on. Knocks it into space. Zanetti. That is good progress on the left. Mbappe shoots! So close, but that is as good as it gets. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing, and both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Paris Saint-Germain.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's away we go then.
There's the golden nugget, that is Paul Scholes, one of the game's unsung heroes.
And nothing seems to change him. All that adulation, he's the same bloke.
Agreed, but on a world level, he ought to have higher status. But he's never been one for hugging the limelight. He just loves being the quiet assassin.
He's had a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
France with the corner, they're first. That's a decent clearance. Tries a shot! They've scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
What a delicious finish. That is immaculate.
Well, I think he knew all he had to do was get it under control, and it was always going to end up in the back of the net thereafter.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min. Zanetti. De Paul. Looking for the run. Picked out. Shot, surely! Well, they've got it again. France very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. Scholes. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Oh, he's been caught napping! De Paul is always looking to break lines, and it's made its way to him. Now it's Messi. Messi going forward. Oh, there's a probing ball. Now it's Mbappe. Cruyff. Cruyff was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Son Heung-min! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Son Heung-min really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. France really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. Mbappe. He's having a shot! And there's a goal. They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
And a trade, big chance! Marvellous goal! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
So we have a break. And we've reached half-time. So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. And we are up to the break.
Well, I can tell you it's been an absolutely fantastic watch, Peter. I wish I could come here every week. It's been wonderfully open, wonderfully tense, and beautifully unpredictable now.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon.
Substitution for France. Number 5, Aubameyang.
Down to business again.
Rodrigo Depart.
France can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Number 15,
And he's worked it through. Mbappe! Azar. Some good work on the right flank here. Now it's Azar. Now it's Dembele. France different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Paris Saint-Germain appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And he's had it nicked away. Oh, that is a good ball to find him.
France really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Deftly away. Tries to play it through. Oh, well played, well played. And it's been hooked away. Now that looks a decent ball. Has a look and plays it forward. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And this is Dembele, and he's got away from him. Goes for a shot! And it's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Mbappe demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Paris Saint-Germain go up by 2 and are looking good.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now. And surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
And he's picked out the run, driving through the middle.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Mbappe! Relentless! Just relentless! It's all becoming so easy. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Paris Saint-Germain palpably struck. Chance! Rijkaard. That's the end. France can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay.